Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. It's been a long time coming. Not a long time since we played Pillars. I literally just finished Pillars of Eternity 1, and I can't wait. I need to start immediately. Gotta strike while the fire's hot. Anyway. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name's Heliax, and I do the Let's Plays. So this is unlike Pillars 1, which I had played before. I have never played Pillars of Eternity 2 before. You can see in the bottom here, we've got all of the DLC installed, ready to go, ready to be explored. I'm excited. I'm playing this on Game Pass, which hopefully we'll be able to import our saves still, because Game Pass sometimes does weird things with game files. But hopefully we'll still be able to import our Pillars 1 playthrough into here. I did get our character portrait in, I think, anyway. So hopefully we'll have the same character portrait as well for our girl Klesia. If you haven't seen my Pillars of Eternity 1 playthrough, I'm keeping the same character. That might be obvious. Feel free to go watch it if you want to. If not, I'll talk about what we did in Pillars of Eternity 1 throughout this game, and I'm sure this game will reference the things I've done if it does importing saves well, which I think it does. I love this opening screen here, though. It's very beautiful, and the music. I'm excited. I'm very excited. So since I'm so excited, let's just jump in. I don't know if I covered everything I usually want to cover in an intro, but let's go and start a new game. Okay, select game mode. Here we go. Already, I'm in love with this game. Those of you who watched my Pathfinder playthrough know that I am a turn-based man. I love my turn-based combat. Now, to be fair, I think I did pretty well with real time in Pillars 1. Now, also to be fair, I had played the game before. We were playing on a normal difficulty, and I did over level quite a bit. So, I made it easy for myself, but there were definitely some fights that I struggled with. But yeah, I'm a turn-based mode kind of man. So we're going to go with this, and who knows, maybe I'll get into it and it just won't feel right? There's a chance that I won't feel like I'm playing Pillars of Eternity. So maybe we'll switch back. I assume we'll be able to change this in-game. I hope. So turn-based mode provides an alternate form of play where characters act on their turn during each round of combat. Alternate mode of play highlights tactical combat elements, which is what I like about it, and provides a comfortably paced experience. Also something I like about it. Recommended for players that enjoy turn-based games. That's me. Okay, what's this? Oh, get more information about it. Characters can only act on their turn. Recovery time becomes initiative. Lower initiative means acting earlier in a round. Reload time modifies initiative, and these weapons will reload between turns. Spells with longer cast times will complete their casts at a later point in the turn order. Dual-wield auto attacks are now full attacks and no longer affect recovery time. Okay. Durations are converted to last number of rounds, and effects that tick, pulse, or occur over time have had their potency scaled to match a per round value. Margaret's Challenge adds a time limit to turns based on Adds a time limit. What am I reading? Adds a time limit to turns instead of limiting pausing. And party member AI and retargeting are disabled. All right. Let's continue. Alright, so our difficulty. So Pillars 1, we played with Classic. And my reasoning for that was I don't believe in my talent as a real-time with pause gamer. And I was too scared to try a harder difficulty. But I am an expert at turn-based gaming. I probably won't ever die in this game, to be honest, with how good I am. So we're going to go with Veteran. Veteran difficulty is for players who need more enemies and more aggressive enemy tactics to feel challenged. Yeah, I mean, bring it on. Now, obviously, I could do Path of the Damned. I'm good enough to do it, but I don't want to embarrass all of you guys with how good I am at games by picking Path of the Damned and just destroying with it. No, I won't do it. I won't do it to myself. We're gonna go with Veteran. Honestly, Pillars of Eternity 1 was, for me, a pretty perfect difficulty on Classic. But maybe just at the end there, it got a little too simple for me. But this should be better. Trial of Iron, we're not going to turn that on. It's not going to happen. I do like playing Trial of Iron, but I don't really like it for the kind of Let's Plays I'm doing. Expert mode. Nah, we could use some help with features. Level scaling, can I just critical path only? That's my favorite kind of scaling. Level scaling provides a consistent level of challenge to players when exploring Deadfire. While enabled, enemies within a scene will adjust their level up or down depending on the player's character level, relative to the intended level for that scene. Yes, so there was some scaling options in the first Pillars game if you overleveled, but it changed everything, right? As far as I know, it didn't just stick to the main story. Once we got to the end of the game, I did turn the scaling on so that the final boss encounter wouldn't be too much of a pushover. I mean, I still kicked his ass because I'm amazing, but yeah, I like critical path only. That sounds good. Only scale upwards. Scenes will only scale their level upwards to keep pace with players. Who arrive at higher levels than intended, levels will never be adjusted downward. Ooh, I like that too. I love that too. Let's turn that on. Yeah, so if for some reason it won't happen, but if for some reason I rush the main quest, it'll kick my ass, hopefully, and tell me to go do other things. Now, obviously, well, I guess not obvious if you're new to the channel, but I tend to play games, in my opinion, pretty slowly, and take my time and explore things and do all the little nooks and crannies that I can find, if that's, yeah. And hopefully you enjoy watching me do that, but if you don't, then I'm sorry. Alright, I think we're done with new game settings. Let's go ahead, start game. Look at that sunrise or sunset. It looks like a sunset, doesn't it? That's nice. Obsidian Entertainment presents Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Oh, I'm excited. We read a bit at the Deadfire Archipelago in the first game too, the kinds of monsters you might find. Oh, I'm scared. There's octopus men. Those guys sound creepy. That's the little loading screen there. Not loading screen, but loading icon. The sunrise over stars or something. The anticipation.
Aora. A world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance, known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood.
I sure did.
A nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher. One who can see and speak with souls.
That was pretty badass.
The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. to put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual. A seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Nothing relative about it. No matter where you're at, it was peaceful and prosperous. I killed all the criminals, got a bunch of money. I was living the life. Doesn't seem like it continued though, considering we have a second game.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep, lifting the curse.
It was a nice story.
Told it 100 times.
Hey, it's Edir. I just realized it's Edir.
But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. That maybe the gods weren't finished with us.
Don't say that. No, my troops! My chapel. That's the chapel.
I used to dream that when my god came back, he would forgive us.
Oh my god. My people.
That's the trouble with dreams.
No, the warden's place, probably.
Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
So is that supposed to be Aethys? Is that what's being implied there? Is that me? Am I dead? Was it highlighting this one person? I feel like the game is a bit framey, isn't it? It's not good.
And so you wake to a sleepless world.
Yeah, it's definitely framey.
Life and death. Follow your memories. You have been here before.
Alright, what's going on with the game? No. I don't know, maybe we can't have it. Maybe just go full screen. Maybe that'll fix it. Damn it, why is it doing that? That's frustrating. I'll turn VSync off. It's not a good sign, is it? Oh, that's really bad.
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
I remember that line. A watcher, I will stay. Alright, well, let's just go until I can get to a point where we can't save it right here, can we? No. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it's, all framey.
Watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
Good old Merwold.
A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
Oh, my steward. Wonder what happened to her. Hope she's okay.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
Possibly. I guess a god would be whatever a god wants to be.
Gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Iovara.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
It's good to hear his voice again.
Let the world see. them decide what to do.
Gonna suck us up too?
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
The wheel has turned again. Are we gonna get a new body? Is that what's happening? Oh shit, I suppose we could, couldn't we? I mean, if our soul is on the wheel and we're gonna get reincarnated. I guess they could just put me back in my old body, but... That's actually a really interesting thing, like, to be able to carry over, like, your soul instead of, like, your whole body with these things. With these games. Like, it'd be a good way to, like, continue a story without locking a player into, you know, a single character, I suppose. Hopefully that makes sense.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage.
Continue.
You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved, merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
In dialogue. I think I know where we're at. Right, if we are being reincarnated, that is the realm of Berath, right? I think that's how you say his name. And one of his aspects is like a creepy usher-looking dude with a big smile, and I think that might be him. That's nifty.
Sit. Please.
Okay, I will sit. Nice, we're gonna play a game of cards here?
Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
Oh, is this...
The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in.
Is this the Pallid Knight? Continue.
A pale, slender neck rises from
or the Pale
gorget,
Knight.
topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times.
Continue.
She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Continue.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
It's the Pallid Knight. Examine the cards to choose your legacy. Pillars of One Histories. Okay, so we got Benevolent Soul. Fair and Balanced. What is it? Oh. Suppose you return the lost Hollowborns to the Dearwood children. Oh no, this is what we want. Import PO. Yep, there's Clesia. There we are. Go ahead and load that up.
Does everything appear to be in order?
Yes, that is what happened.
Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Berath.
Berath.
One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge.
I'm liking the voice acting here. I hope this keeps up for most of the game. Save my voice some time. And we've got the hyperlinks that they have in Pathfinder now. Berath, god of death, cycles, doorways, mortality, and inevitability. The keeper of the cycle of life and death, Berath is thought to seek to claim the lives of those who have lived past their time. According to folklore, Berath is seen most often in the form of the Pallid Knight or the Usher. Right, that's the Usher. Two skeletal characters who lead such people to their deaths by way of challenge or trickery. Okay. Continue.
The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction. The gods offered you boons in exchange for resolving the Hollowborn crisis. What did you do with the souls?
You vowed to aid Galawain. Strengthen the soul of the Deerwood. Yes, that is what I did. I helped Galawain, who... god of the hunt, assassins, pursuit, wilderness, and predatory creatures, sometimes thought to take the form of a fur-clad hunter or a great hound. Galawain favors the survival of the strong and the culling of the weak. So just a quick little background about who Klesia is, or who she was. She was a priest of Mogren. Mogren is like the goddess of fire and suffering, trials, transformation, that kind of stuff. And apparently Galawain and Mogren are kind of like allies. So I chose to help Galawain because he was the option that Mogren was with, who is my goddess. So I strengthened the souls of the Deerwood. Oh, we can see more. Deerwood, a colonial nation founded by settlers from the Adir Empire. Following a series of conflicts with Adir, the territory became independent in 2672 AI and is now ruled by a duke, or duck. I don't know. I think you'd pronounce it duke, who is elected by 7 earls that oversee the earldoms. We also got Hollowborn, an infant without a soul. But yeah, we strengthened the souls of the Deerwood.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
Yes, in the Hall of the Stars in Twin Elms. I spoke with other gods in the Halls of Stars and pledged myself to them. I don't remember. Yeah, we spoke in the Hall of the Stars. I talked to most of the gods there.
You came to that tower seeking our aid.
I did.
You prayed for help in reaching Theos, beyond the Court of Penitence, but would not pledge yourself to me.
True. And Theos Ix Arcanon was a member of the Ingwithan civilization and Grand Master of the Letting Key. Okay. I'm not going to read that one, at least not yet. I'm not going to read any more of that kind of stuff in this first episode, just in case if you're somebody who is just checking it out and don't know much about these games. You might want to go check out the first game, either by me or on your own or somebody else, whatever. Excuse me. And I don't want to have any spoilers. It looks like there might have been a spoiler in there, so I didn't want to go into that any more than I did there. So continue.
Still, a pledge unmade stands fairer in this court than a pledge broken.
To be fair, there's already been a lot of spoilers for the first game, but, you know, I don't want to add any more spoilers than necessary.
She places a card in the middle of the arrangement. A bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you.
Uh-huh. And it seems that we are in a position where I don't have much leverage now.
The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Aothus.
Really?
Of this, we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are.
How the hell did he get there? I suppose he was killed in the Deerwood. And maybe his soul was drawn to the Audra of that statue?
Though Aothus stole a large fragment of your soul,
he did what?
Was strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between.
He stole part of my soul? That jerk. So Aothus, I know I said I wasn't going to read a lot of this, but he's the god of rebirth, redemption, dawn, spring, and light, traditionally shown as a man bearing a candle and wearing a silver crown, believed to have possessed the body of the Raid-Saren farmer Widewin during the Saints' War and been destroyed along with Widewin at the end of the war. He recently reformed his essence in the statue of Maris Nua beneath Cad Nua in the process of pulling himself from the endless paths. He destroyed the castle and left the Watcher of Cad Nua at the brink of death. So we're not dead, we're at the brink of death. And enter the in-between. The in-between refers to the shadow world that souls briefly wander after death on their way to the beyond. It has been described as a hazy landscape, empty but for the glow of other souls, Audra, and Watchers. Watchers, really? This is the space that Watchers peer into when they observe and speak to lost souls and soul fragments. Even the gods cannot reach it. Interesting. Although, how are they here if the gods can't reach this place? Maybe that's where I was before they, like, zipped me over here. Continue.
You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced Watcher to find him.
Uh-huh. Am I dead?
No. But neither is your body truly alive.
Oh, okay.
Your lungs draw breath, your heart pumps blood, but your flesh is as soulless as a hollow bone.
Uh-oh.
That is, until I return you.
Would you like to return me? Continue.
She delicately places a card upright on the table. The art depicts souls flowing out of a pillar of Audra.
Huh. Well, I'd like to find him as much as you would. He destroyed my castle and killed who knows how many people around it. Yeah, I mean, that's... yeah, I was set up for life there. I'm kind of pissed off about that now. I've had enough dealing with the gods, all of you. Why should I care about any of this? Then let's get on with it. It doesn't matter how much you threaten me. I'm not doing this. Yeah, and I just realized that the beginning of this little segment when we started the game had a massive intro and a little prologue narrative thing. Moon was talking about the secret we learned about the gods. And Klesia's opinion on that was basically, hey, they might not have been born gods or whatever, but they have godlike powers now, so she still worships Mogren. Maybe not to this, probably not in the same way as she used to, but yeah, she probably sees Mogren now as more of an ally than like, you know, like a master or something. I don't know. Then let's get on with it. It doesn't matter how much you threaten me. I'm not doing this. I'd like to find him as much as you would. He destroyed my castle and killed who knows how many people around it.
I know. It is my business to know.
Okay.
322 in Cadnua and your surrounding lands.
That's like all my people. I had like 20 people when I left it.
Their souls remain in Aethys still. You have the power to save them. Serve me and I will return you to your body. Or don't, and return to the wheel.
I'll take the wheel. I wonder what happens if you pick that. Is the game probably just like starts you over. Let's get on with it.
Good. Before you return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were. The last whisper of life and death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
Ew.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
Okay, in dialogue. Alright, import character. Choose a pre-made character to start with, or modify it as you like, or create a brand new character. Now, does this allow us to import our Pillars 1 character? Do we see Klesia anywhere? No. Okay, so these are just pre-made characters. Some cool looking characters in here, though. Create a brand new character. Alright. Character creation. Man, the character models look so nice compared to Pillars 1. Ah, that's good stuff. Alright, the place of men in society varies from culture to culture. In all societies, there are exceptions to the rules, and men can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. We are playing as a female in this current story. And same thing for women. They can be anything, which is great. We are a godlike. The godlike are children of the Kith, civilized races, who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods, though some do not consider it a blessing. These aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. Aberrant head shapes are typical, and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear, as it is near impossible to find anything that fits. Because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. Yep, so Klesia is a godlike. It would be nice to find at least one piece of headgear that fits, right? I mean, that would be nice. Can't get custom made or something. And we are indeed a fire godlike. The bodies of fire godlike often resemble hot metal, burnt wood, or stone, with harmless flames that erupt from the cracks in their skin. Fire godlike are objects of both reverence and fear in the Deadfire archipelago. Nice. Many locals believe that they have the power to awaken volcanoes, or that killing one will cause a volcano to awaken. In the Deerwood, fire godlikes are often seen as a sign of the blessing of Mogren, goddess of war and fire. We are battle-forged. When fire godlike are bloodied or near death, their bodies harden, granting additional armor rating, and their souls lash out at attackers, causing burn damage to anyone who hits them in melee. Ashen skin. Fire godlike skin is naturally resistant to burn damage. Very, very good. Let's see. The Deadfire archipelago marks the eastern edge of the known world, dominantly populated by island Amawa, who make up the tribes of the Huana. The chain of hundreds of islands span thousands of miles. The Deadfire contains myriad climates and biomes that are home to a bewildering array of creatures. The last century has brought ambitious colonial traders, explorers, and pirates to the Deadfire, but travel east of the archipelago is blocked by the destructive storms of Andra's mortar. Andra's another god. Legends among the Huana speak of an ancient cataclysm that devastated their people thousands of years ago. Details of this event have been lost to time, but Huana storytellers claim that it destroyed everything they had built, sinking even the greatest of their cities beneath the waves. Interesting. I'm gonna, just in case this is your first Pillars experience, we're gonna take a look briefly at all the other races. So we do have the Amawa, who are these giant people. They're really cool. I like the Amawa a lot. The mighty Amawa are the largest of the Kith races and are commonly found in or near oceans. They're not truly aquatic. They have an affinity for water, and many other civilizations, such as Rauatai, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength. So Rauatai is their homeland. The powerful navy kingdom of Rauatai is dominated by coastal Amawa and ruled by a Ranganui. Currently the most prosperous of the old empires, Rauatai has expanded aggressively into the Deadfire archipelago to secure natural resources that are scarce in their native, storm-torn lands. Though folk, dwarves, and Orlans can be found in Rauatai, most are merchants or remnants of the old kingdoms Rauatai conquered when they seized power centuries ago. Legends say that the Rauataians came to their lands from the Deadfire archipelago in the wake of a terrible cataclysm, but the details of that event have been lost to time and the imagination of storytellers. I imagine that cataclysm is going to play a role in our story here. Then we have the dwarves. By virtue of land covered and number of colonies settled, dwarves are the most well-traveled race in the world. They are commonly found in the Deerwood, the Valian Republics, and almost any colonized land. Dwarves are known for their great strength and tenacity. So the Valian Republics, a mercantile power and a former colony of a larger, more ancient nation, Old Valia. The republics lie to the south of Deerwood and Irglamfath, and are ruled by a duke elected by the Consogli Asigia, a council of 14 dukes, including its five most prominent, the Duke's Bells. Then we have the elves. We have her. She's pretty. Elves are the dominant race in Irglanfath, the white that wins, and are extremely common in the Deerwood and Adir. Elves are known for their speed and intelligence, as well as commonly isolationist nature. So I guess both of these are new to us, so let's read them. Irglanfath, a territory comprised of the forest southeast of the Bale River, populated indigenously by a group of loosely affiliated tribes collectively known as Glenfathans, and governed by a council of its 6 most powerful tribes. Irglanfath is home to a large number of ruined and Gwithan sites, which Glenfathans hold sacred. The ruins have been at the center of a number of large-scale conflicts with Deerwood colonists, whose settlements have often encroach on Glenfathan territory and who frequently seek to plunder the ruins for their relics. The Glenfathans were a major part of the first game. The White That Wins. A large, cracked, southern expanse of polar ice, the White That Wins is home to pale elves and small colonies of daring explorers, outcasts, and adventurers. While virtually no plant life grows in the White, it is home to many hardy species of dangerous animals and forage from the sea or prey upon each other to survive. And all of these have like their own little sub-races. Like there are wood elves too that don't have the pale complexion of this character here. And there's different Amoras, dwarves, and stuff like that. And then we have humans, commonly called folk, the most common race in the Deerwood, the Adir Empire, Old Valia, and the Valian Republics. Though not as large as the towering Amoa, humans are known for their strength and willpower. And our character, Klesia, she actually was born in Old Valia, I believe. Or maybe it was the Valian Republics. She was born in one of these two places. And then we have the Orlan, who are just adorable little guys. Look at that. I love the Orlan. I kind of wish I was playing an Orlan, to be honest. Orlans are the smallest of the Kith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for their large ears, two-toned skins, and hirsute bodies, Orlans are commonly found in Irglanfath, the Eximital Plains, and parts of the Deerwood. They are known for their mental intensity and sharp senses. But we are a godlike. And we are a fire godlike. We do have death godlikes. I was almost a death godlike. I almost picked death godlike. God, she looks awesome, doesn't she? Look at that face. I love it. But we have moon godlikes, which are really cool. And we have nature godlikes. Also cool. We're a fire godlike. Body type? What is this? Oh, wow, we can... I never knew this was a thing. Huh. I think we were just a human. Like, this wasn't an option before. I suppose we could go elf. I mean, that's... Actually, don't know. Can I zoom out? What is this? Oh, I can. It's between these two. Alma was too big, and then Dwarf and Orlan are too small for what we want. We'll go with elf. We'll go with the elf style. Select single or multi-class. Would you like to make a single class or multi-class character? Single class characters are entirely focused on their chosen class. They gain access to higher level powers more quickly. Multi-class characters can select powers from 2 classes, but gain access to higher level powers more slowly and cannot access their class's highest level powers. Multi-class characters are not recommended for new players, so we're not going to do that. Single class, and we are a priest. So let's just go through them all. We have the barbarian. We have a chanter. I'm not going to read them if they're like a generic sort of fantasy class. I won't read the descriptions, but more unique ones like the chanter, I'll read those. In every culture across Aora, there are chanters. Many historians consider chanters to be the most ancient workers of magic. I guess these are kind of like bards, but actually they're pretty much bards. They're hallowed phrases stirring the collective memory of wayward souls around them, compelling them to generate magical effects in a kind of reenactment. In some societies, chanters form organized groups of storytellers and researchers, but in most parts of the world, they are just time-honored a time-honored part of local folk tradition. Yeah, I had a chanter companion in the first game. It was really fun. I honestly didn't utilize him well enough as I could have, but he was really cool. Ciphers. This is a pretty unique class. So they use a resource called Focus. A recent discovery in the Eastern Reach, ciphers were once called Brishogwyn, Mind Hunters. But by the Glenfathans, ciphers have the ability to directly contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche, using an ally's or enemy's essence as the focus for their magic. Though most ciphers are still found in the Eastern Reach, practitioners of the techniques have spread throughout the known world. They are gaining acceptance over time, but are generally distrusted, especially by the uneducated. And then we have druids, right? We got a fighter. We have monks. Monks they're cool. They hurt themselves to gain power. Is kind of neat. You have paladins. Paladins are a little interesting in this. They're not really religious based. I mean, I guess they could be, but they have organizations let's just read it. Paladins are martial zealots, devoted to a god. Okay, maybe they are religious based, a ruler, or even a way of life. They can be found in any culture where a fanatical group of like-minded individuals have formed a warrior society dedicated to advancing their cause. Among those aligned to their worldview, paladins are viewed with respect and admiration, with a bit of fear. Many paladins hold leadership positions in armies and mercenary companies, but in the heat of battle, their fanaticism often overrules the chain of command and common sense. Yeah, and then we have priests, right? We worship the gods and we get powers. We have rangers, kind of self-explanatory. Rogues, also self-explanatory. And the wizard, also self-explanatory. But we're the priest. Priests are devotees of Eora's deities and practitioners of religious magic. While all priests dedicate themselves to specific gods, priests' power is actually derived from their personal beliefs. In contrast to most paladins, priests tend to focus on philosophy, teaching, and the relationship of religious organizations with common folk. The reception of priests in any given part of the world depends largely on how their god is revered, or reviled, by the people who live there. So we get, skills. Whoa, we have skills! We did not have skills in the original game. History. A broad skill, history covers the commonly accepted narratives of Eora's civilizations and how they came to be. As this skill draws from many sources, a measure of folklore has been woven into many stories. Religion covers both the theological concerns of Eora's various religions, as well as popular beliefs, saint cults, and religious organizations in the world. There are saint cults? I don't remember seeing any saint cults. Arcana. Arcana covers knowledge of all things magical that do not deal with metaphysics. In combat, it can be used to increase the power level of scores. Wait, no, we did have skills before. We just didn't have these kinds of skills. Diplomacy can be used to negotiate rational and reasonable resolutions to difficult situations. It stresses patience, respect, and sensitivity. It may therefore be despised by the rough edges of Eoran societies. And then alchemy. Alchemy deals with the natural and supernatural properties of plants, body parts, gemstones. It affects the use of all drugs, poisons, and antidotes, generally increasing potency and duration of effect. Can preview our abilities here. Yep, there's the preview. I'm not going to go into that. How do I go back? There we go. Alright, so we are a priest. A subclass. We are a priest of Magrin. Magrin is the goddess of war, fire, and struggle. She is invoked and revered by warriors of all cultures, but especially by the people of the Deerwood, who believe the goddess helped them defeat Saint Widwin during the Saints' War. Magrin favors bold actions and quick wits over emotion and diplomacy. Let's see here. Goddess of war, fire, transformation, purification, consumption, and trials. Patron goddess of the Deerwood. Thought to have blessed the Godhammer bomb that destroyed Widwin and possibly Eothas. Well, not completely with Eothas. Priests of Magrin automatically learn the following spells as at the appropriate level, or the appropriate power level. Fan of Flames, Spiritual Weapon, Ray of Fire, Shining Beacon, Flame Shield, Pillar of Holy Fire, Torrent of Flames, Symbol of Mogren, and Mogren's Might. Awesome. Initial abilities. So it seems like we're going to do the age-old thing where we're super powerful at the end of the first game, and we're going back to level 1 in this game, which is fine. We almost died, I guess, and part of our soul's been ripped out of us, so maybe Aethys took all the parts about us knowing how to do things away. Oh, Interdiction's a common spell now. That was like a power I had before. We're gonna get Restore. It's not the most exciting one to get, but we need it. Shares a generous portion of the caster's divine strength, restoring a significant amount of health to all allies in the area of effect. Interesting that we're picking these. In the last one, we just got all of these, but we can only cast like the spell twice. We can only cast 2 of them before we had the rest. I wonder. It seems like it's going to be different now, unless this is saying that we're gonna. I will see. We'll take Restore though. Okay, so for this we had. Oh damn! I wish I remembered what our stats were. We had very high Dexterity. We'll go with 8, and then Resolve was our next best. I think we kind of sacrificed Perception a bit, and maybe Constitution a bit. Yeah, we'll go with that, so that we can get a couple more points into these. I don't know if I need my might to be up. I think I'd rather have that. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with. I think that was pretty close to what we had. Maybe we'll go with like that. Yeah. We're quick-witted. We're strong-willed, quick-witted, and agile. Almost incredibly graceful. But yeah, Dexterity actually helps your spell speed, or at least it used to. I think action speed is what that is, which would be nice. I think that'll be good, because might. Well, maybe we want to get some might. Actually, yeah, we probably want to get just a little bit of might. We'll go with that. Where are you from? We are from, we're from Old Valia. Once the crown jewel of the southern seas, Old Valia is now the crumbled remnants of an empire of warring merchant nations. Counting many humans and dwarves among their ranks, the Old Valian countries are still forces to be reckoned with, and are proud of their rich cultural heritage. The southernmost of the old empires, Old Valia, suffered a similar fate to their northern neighbors. The Adirans, in losing their most precious colonial territories, they lost their territories too. The Valian republics. Many Old Valians in the Deadfire archipelago are associated with the Principi Sin Petrina, a vast coalition of pirates. Let me get 1 intellect for that. It's nice. What was your job? We were a drifter. Yep. You never quite fit in, no matter where you go. Each new town is just a place to rest briefly before moving on to the next. You're more comfortable on the road, traveling the world. Yep, we were a drifter. Until we found Cadnua, and then we set up that. We got a nice castle. We started, bossing the world, and then a giant statue came out of the ground and destroyed it. Hate when that happens. Available weapon types. So our weapon of choice was the arquebus. We're going to take that. And our other weapon of choice, well, I said weapon of choice, but it wasn't a choice. It wasn't certainly not a choice, but our other weapon was the S-stock. Yeah. Hold on. I want to see what each of these says. We get aimed shot. The arquebus wielder takes time to line up a well-aimed shot. These attacks are far more accurate. Yes, they are. And then we're vulnerable thrust, leaving yourself vulnerable to make powerful driving attacks with your S-stock, gaining penetration at the cost of deflection. Alright, and then we should have my custom portrait in here. There she is. There we are, there's Klesia. Beautiful. So our colors... Now obviously this is not the outfit we were wearing before, because the outfit we were wearing before was much more revealing than this one. Not by choice, it's a really good outfit, alright? I didn't do it on purpose. Let's see, so we want some flamey kind of colors, huh? Maybe red and black. Maybe it's like some orange. The orange and like yellow or something. Red and yellow. Well, we could just go with black. Maybe with some white. I kind of like the yellow. We'll go with that for now. Hold on. Oh, we got our skin color. Oh, that's the only option we have, and that's the only option for hair. That's weird. We had more options before in the previous game. I thought. That's okay. The head. So let's see. Ooh, I kind of like that one. I think that one probably fits her the most. I'll go with that. Alright, I don't remember the voice we had.
Nothing will slip past me.
After him! Stand together! Let us end this!
Onward! Bring them down! Yeah!
Let's go!
I won't let you down!
I've got your back!
Go for the eyes, Trinket!
So these are from Critical Role.
I won't let you hurt my friends!
I guess this is it. You're going down. I'm sorry, but you...
Silence surrounds me.
I think we're gonna go with Mystic. Yes. And then Pose. We got Heroic. Hunched. That's kind of funny. Roguish. Nice. Sassy. Very nice. Stoic. Sullen. Sickly. Erudite. Yeah, I like that one. Pious. That one kind of fits. Drunk. Energetic. Savage. Yes. We're gonna go with Pious. Name. Klesia. Was it 2 A's or 1 A? I don't remember. Or not A's, S's. I think it was just 1 S. Oh, now I feel nervous. Klesia. Alright, I think we have everything we need. Here's our skills. So, in the last game, we were really good at mechanics. And it doesn't look like that's going to be the case this time. And stealth. That's alright. I think we're ready, yeah.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you. To open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world.
Okay.
Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
Continue.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
Continue.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby.
Well, I don't appreciate that. Continue.
The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
Okay. I just realized these are fingers here. Alright, well. Anything to say?
The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod.
Okay. Let's keep moving. Is that where we're going? Have I taken shape? It looks like I might have taken shape a little bit. I'm not as, foggy. Look at all the Audra down there. I just noticed that. Oh, is that my body? It's my body. Can I not click on that? No? Okay. Goosebumps rise on Adir's arm at your approach, but he seems unaware of your presence. Adir! My buddy! Is he watching over me? Oh, what a good friend. Alright. Our soul has come back, I think. What's up?
The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful, drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull. Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
Aw. Look at his little character portrait, too.
No, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake?
Oh, you know. It's time to get up.
How are you feeling?
Who are you? Oh, that would be harsh. I guess if you haven't played the game, the first one, though, you wouldn't know. Alive? I'm in a lot of pain. Weak, but I'm sure it will pass. I'm in a lot of pain.
That might have been me. I've been slapping you a little harder each day, trying to wake you. I never dreamed it'd work.
Adair stares with disbelief at what would likely be his slapping hand, examining both sides. He shrugs.
Well, you owe me.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
I didn't even know that was the steward. What's she doing here? What happened to your throne? Why were we on a ship? Oh, God.
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cadnua.
Rest in peace. Well, I guess never mind, you're right here. Cadnua was a dear wooden castle built over the ruins of the endless paths of Adnua. Considered cursed, few ventured into its halls, and even fewer made any effort to hold the castle or the lands around it. You became the de facto lord of the castle after defeating its previous master, the Watcher called Merwold. As the Watcher of Cadnua, you ruled the stronghold until it was destroyed by Eothas. The god of light occupied the Audra body of Marosnua beneath the castle, and pulled himself out of the ground, destroying it in the process. Very rude of him.
Cadnua has been destroyed. Eothas possessed the statue of Marosnua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby.
Marosnua was the son of Adnua, an Ingwithan tyrant. Not much is known of Marosnua, but Adnua became obsessed with restoring his son to life. He engineered a massive statue of living Audra to house Maros' soul, but his plans were stopped by the concerted efforts of other Ingwithan tyrants who saw him as a threat. Marosnua's intended Audra body remained buried beneath the castle of Cadnua until Eothas occupied it.
It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely. The further Eothas withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire archipelago.
Now, why would he come here?
I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul, and proximity to it has brought you back.
I know.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
He pokes at your shoulder with one finger.
I have to get used to not reading like the the narration part in dialogue.
Misfortune's brewing topside. Magrans fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
Hey, buddy.
Hengrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates a nearby wardrobe.
The word Ukaizo is scribbled, or the word in Kaizo is scribbled and crossed out on many points of this globe. Interesting. Wait, this isn't my stuff. Where's my super awesome gear?
All right, now make some use of it.
Okay. Got some chainmail. Very nice. Main hand. Look at that. Ooh, that looks really nice. Okay. Our main weapon was the arquebus, which is Mogren's weapon.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious. I suggest you deal with them quickly.
Get armed and suited up. We gotta get on deck.
I guess we're going on deck then. Man, I just woke up. Didn't even get some breakfast. Although from everything we heard about the Deadfire Archipelago, it's a very dangerous place. Monsters and pirates and volcanoes and storms. It's a tough place.
What have we here? A little sloop? Lost and alone in the storm?
No, I'm not lost. Nor am I alone. Your ship looks bigger than my ship. I guess I do have to read this part. A surly, brutish-looking captain stands stiff-backed before his crew. He scowls as he assesses you, his hair whipping about his ears in the wind.
I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind. And especially if you do.
Alright, that's weird.
Well, at least he asked.
I am a gentleman of fortune.
Uh-huh. The captain shrugs in the sheeting rain before pinning you with a slow, murderous grin.
Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure. But at least it'll be quick.
I don't have any quarrels with you. Why do you want my ship? Pirates? The storm's pretty loud. Did you say you're surrendering? How strange. I'm going to mount your skull in my cabin. Make a rude hand gesture. So, Klesia. Let's talk about her a little bit. What kind of person she is. So, in the original game, being a priest of Mogren, the things that were valued was being aggressive and cunning. And I did try to do that. I tried to be aggressive and cunning as often as possible. However, Klesia herself was a pretty kind person, pretty heroic person. So I was trying to be aggressive and cunning while still being a very good person. Very honest and everything like that. So that's kind of, it's a tightrope trying to walk that, being, aggressive. Because oftentimes aggressive in games typically means that you attack. immediately. It was a weird thing. Aggressive and cunning felt weird, because cunning, I always felt like you had to, like, weasel your way in conversations and stuff, or, like, outthink people. Whereas aggressive was just like you straight up attack them. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to keep trying to do that. You guys will see what she's like eventually. What would she say here? I don't think she... I mean, it's obvious what they want with my ship, right? And they're pirates, so, like, they don't need a quarrel with me. And pirates is like, okay, I know I'm drowsy from just waking up, but come on. I don't think she's this murderous. Aim at the mouthy one. The storm's pretty loud. Did you say you're surrendering? How strange.
Then he's going to wear his breeches on his head and dance for us? Did I hear that right?
Nice. Dispositions. Oh. You've gained a reputation and a disposition. Dispositions represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people, and benign reputations sometimes bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. To see icons for the... Yeah. Don't need to see icons.
Aye, but the breeches are going to be stitched from your skin.
That's nasty, dude.
You got a smart mouth on ya. Careful. It'll get you killed faster than any blade.
He grins to show his crooked teeth.
Listen up, mates.
He cracks his neck as he addresses his crew.
I'm off to spear me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't damage the sloop when you take it. Play with the crew if you'd like, but don't bring me any prisoners. None that are alive.
You heard, Bandwidth! Off!
Where's he going? Coward. Well, I don't want to be in the front line. Okay. Do I need to read this? I think we'll be okay. So we can move. Is there like a disengagement thing? Like a attack of opportunity that's going to happen here? I guess we'll find out. Well, it doesn't look like it. Go on fire. Grazing hit. Okay. Do I go again? What else can I do? I got Holy Radiance. I got Visage of Death. Action used. Okay, where does it show my actions? Is that them? Yeah. So end turn. Ow! Do I control Edir? Doesn't look like I'm going to be controlling him. Helmsman. Where's my cap? Where's the one guy who came and woke me up? Who's Arena? I don't see the guy who came and woke me up.
Defend the ship!
Nice shot. Hang in there, Edir. Nice. Very nice. Ooh, hobbled him. Oh, my turn. Let's go for this kill. Another graze. That's not good, is it? It definitely is slower combat. But we expected that with turn-based. I enjoy turn-based, though. And it'll get even better once we get more abilities. Because we'll be able to be more tactical, in theory. Good job, Edir. Good job, Beodle. Okay. Need to help this guy out over here. Go ahead and fire. Another graze. I think this guy's gonna go down. Yeah, he got some damage off before he did, though. Nice. That was a big hit. Oh, he's still alive. Can we save him? Nice. Good job, Edir. Ooh, ooh. Are we gonna get the chance to kill him? Can I save this sailor? Nice. Alright, let's get in the position to fire on him up there. Dude, you need to just sit down. You're injured. Oh, this guy's gonna die though. No, where you going, buddy? Nice gray shot there. Yeah, I think that other guy's gonna die. We are gonna lose a sailor. This wasn't too bad, though. No! Nice shot. Move up and take a shot on him. Good. And he's probably gonna be dead here. Yeah, Edir's gonna finish him off. Yeah! Woo! Easy.
Storm's picking up! Take cover!
Oh god. Are we gonna lose the ship in a storm? Oh. You've defeated the pirates, but you're not out of trouble yet. The storm picks up, lashing your ship and driving you dangerously close to a rocky shore. The Defiant's crew hurries to reduce sail and batten down the hatches. They work quickly, but the ship is still listing heavily. The Defiant is the ship purchased with the last of Cadnua's riches. Well, I had 400,000 copper. What do you mean, last of my... What? Damn it. It has borne you from the eastern reach to the Deadfire archipelago. I'd still like to see like a world map. Just then, a loose crate tumbles toward you, gathering speed on the rain-slicked deck. It misses you, but knocks Chitupek, one of your deckhands, off his feet. Chitupek! The Defiant heaves. Chitupek pitches over the side and grabs onto the rail, but his fingers are slipping. He cries out for help. Meanwhile, the runaway crate totters on the edge of the deck, ready to plunge overboard. You recognize the symbol on the front and realize it likely contains the salvage from Cadnua, your keep. My stuff! Rescue Chitupek. You grab Chitupek's arm just as his grip fails. For a tense moment, he hangs suspended over the rolling sea. Then, with a mighty tug, you pull him back onto deck. You hear a heavy splash. The crate from Cadnua is gone. No! Chitupek, meanwhile, nods in gratitude and hurries to his station. Meanwhile... Oh shit, look at that butt. Meanwhile, the storm has nearly driven you ashore. A flash of lightning reveals a treacherous coastline, and Aothis striding into the distance. The lookout barely has time to shout a warning before the Defiant runs aground. The impact hurls you from the deck and into a froth of waves, bodies, and splintering debris. You struggle toward the beach just ahead, even as the surf tugs you toward the open sea. You kick and paddle with all your might until at last you feel sand between your fingers. Pulling yourself ashore, you collapse.